Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Day 3 of Pepega Cup group stages, the final day of the group stage. As PogChamp, here we go, boys. Today, we have a few games, just 4 total today, not including any possible tiebreakers, but I don't think we should have too many today. Of course, I will be casting this game, followed closely by James here as well, providing some nice color commentary. Takeoff is a little busy today, so it's just going to be us doing the casting, but it's all good. Today, first off, we have a game between NAMEN and Ignium. So we have two sides of the ladder here. NAMEN 0-4, Ignium 4-0. Either team looking to get a perfect record at the end of this game. NAMEN hoping to maybe finish off with a bang here and maybe upset the undefeated team with a surprise victory. Not many people, I would say, are expecting NAMEN to really win this game, especially considering their roster. It's a little scuffed, I gotta say, but who knows? You know, we've seen bigger upsets, and we have Azuraki. These are a few players from, if you watched any of the Pepega Cup scrims, Legal Lollies, which unfortunately had to disband before the tournament, but they stuck around in the Discord server and they were willing to help out Duskbender and Pointless Venture and the rest of the men fill up the team here and just make one last hurrah and hopefully, you know, finish off with the bang, whether it be in a positive or negative light. I think this is going to be a fun game. Ignium has already locked in first seed, so there really is nothing for them to lose here, I guess, other than the dignity of losing to the bottom ladder team. So we might see some fun picks. I'm hoping we see some fun picks from both teams here, from the men, from Ignium. And I hope I can see the men. I'm praying. I'm making the men hands right now. I want to see them do something crazy this game. I think, you know, despite everything that's happened in the rocky few games they've had at this tournament, I want to see them close off with a bang. And what better way to do that than by winning against the top team currently? On the side of Ignium, though, they're locked in, as I said earlier, to first place, sitting 4-0, probably looking to finish 5-0 with the perfect record in group stages. Absolutely would be great for them. Looking very strong going into semifinals, which, by the way, are next week, August 2nd, starting at the same time, 3:30 p.m. Pacific. We don't know the exact schedule of which games will be played until the end of the day, obviously. All we know right now is that Ignium and Level 6 GG are locked in. However, Ignium and Level 6 GG won't be playing each other because they're the first and second seed, respectively. But what we will find out today is who our matchups for the semifinals will be. We have 3 teams currently fighting for 2 spots. So one of them is going to have to go home. We have Orange Slices sitting 2-2 in the standings. And then, of course, Supreme Gang and Goonhouse, which are both 1-2 right now. They have 2 games to play today since their game against each other last week had to be rescheduled to this week. So I think that's going to be pretty down to the wire today. And I think we're going to probably see some really strong games out of all the teams fighting for those last 2 spots. This game, probably going to be a little bit of a fun wash. We'll have to see. But it looks like we are getting Champ Select going here. Get our Champ Select music popping. And we are off to the races. First off, we got a Silver Band from the side of the men. Always a very strong pick, especially with those engaged compositions. And we're going to see what Ignium decides to ban out here as well.
If I had a guess, it'd probably be Pike.
The Thresh Band out. Of course, Pike also, as James said, very popular support in the Pepega Cup. I wonder if we'll see the Leona band, who has by far had the most play presence out of any champion in the cup so far. So we'll have to see if that one gets banned out in just a little bit. But we're going to have a Nautilus ban. 2 hook supports taken off the table.
Definitely need to keep their teammates from getting picked here. Cheese will be the way that NAMEN probably wins this one. I think Ignium just has a better squad. Azaraki is the only gold player or the only player that actually made it to gold during this series. So they do have that for their best player, but it's quite difficult. So.
Yep, Azaraki. I watched him in the Discord server. He's posting his climb. He climbed up pretty quickly. One mic is quite low quality. It's because we're just a little bit. Working now. There we go. We're gonna see Rumble and Brand, 2 very high damage, health burning champions.
Just like I said, there's the Pike already. First pick.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They could go anywhere. They run it jungle, they run it support, they run it top, they run it mid.
Yeah, I mean, solo lane Pike, I mean, I wouldn't say it's back, but now with that recent buff where he can actually stun minions again, you might have a little bit more of a better time in solo lane, so we'll have to see where it ends up going. But the Renekton going to be picked up on the side of Ignium. Renekton's been monstrous in this patch with this recent buff where he can just delete a shield. Just kind of strong.
Already a really strong pick. Competitive play, not the best. He's got a few kiting issues, and team fighting isn't the best. His base stats aren't that great. But lane phase wise, he's awesome right now. Almost top tier.
Yeah, especially once he gets those power pick items like the Spear Sojin. It looks like it might actually end up being a mid lane Renekton. The Ornn getting locked in on the side of Ignium. I don't know if I would have locked in the Ornn that soon. I think it's nice to have that flex opportunity, but now NAMEN pretty much knows exactly where it's going, so they could try and set up a nice counter pick.
Well, it could be the jungle as support. You never know what kind of cheese they might be pulling here. I'm not really sure. I haven't seen them pull the Ornn out yet. As for jungler or support, I've seen it top once. Camille, yeah, that's a good one. Renekton kind of does really well into Camille though, so it's a little bit risky. I guess we'll see how it goes.
And the third and final pick gonna be the Sylas. Could end up going, could end up going jungle. We'll have to see. Ornn can jungle as well. I think he has quite the best clears. But Sylas has actually been a pretty strong champion in the jungle lately. We've been seeing him in professional play in the jungle quite frequently as well.
Yeah, that's what most of the recent nerfs were for the Sylas jungle. That's why they changed him so awkwardly in this. What was this last patch? This patch.
I wouldn't say it was awkward, but
it was a bit. They changed around a lot of stuff all at once.
His ultimate is definitely much weaker than it was before.
Yeah.
Can't hold on to an ultimate as long, and the cooldown is substantially longer than it was before. No more ulting 3 times in one team fight.
Man, there's the Leona ban. Yeah, we've seen that every single game, pretty much. Maybe one game we didn't see it, or banned, pick ban. It's pretty much a pick ban in this series. Not sure why, but it's a good support.
They like their strong, engaged support champions.
Here we go, we got the Vayne and the Sejuani out of here. Sejuani would have given that tankiness in the CC that this team, they're not really lacking it, but it would be helpful. It seems like they're kind of lacking damage.
You talking about NAMEN? Or
in terms of NAMEN, yeah.
NAMEN? Yeah, they have some fair amount of damage and a little, I'd say only a little bit of bulk, honestly. I wouldn't say any of those 3 champions are particularly tanky. Camille's more of a skirmisher, not really someone you want to be taking all the damage frontline. But we are going to see. This looks like it's going to be a blowout. We'll have to see. You never know. I've seen crazier things.
Yeah. Especially with that Kog'Maw versus Camille, that's a little bit of a questionable choice. That could be their weakest point, is that Kog'Maw. Get jumped on by the Camille or the Pike or Nico even. Not much you can do with that Morgana shield as well, defending CC. A little bit interesting against the Renekton, pick the Morgana, but you've seen weird things.
Yep, and it's going to be the Morgana and Jinx locked in for the bot lane. Definitely, I'd say a pretty strong pick compared to what I think is going to be
That looks like an orange support.
Orange support maybe, or I guess it could be Talia. I see Talia in the bot lane at some point.
I guess it's possible.
We'll have to see. There's a lot of ways Ignium can decide to change their champions around. We're gonna have to see here. Of course, NAMEN also might do some trades as well. Unless Dustmender was actually going to end up going the Camille jungle and sending Pike up into the top lane against Renekton, or I suppose it could be mid lane as well. Pointless Venture playing the Nico. Not too sure about top lane, that matchup in particular. The Nico, I would imagine, probably gets sliced and diced up by Renekton fairly easily.
Oh no, definitely not.
No?
No. Renekton gets absolutely destroyed by the Nico, as long as you play it well. You have too much kite, slow, damage. That invisibility is really what kills Renekton. As soon as he goes in on you, just press W, you walk away. You can't do anything to you.
Yep. So it looks like it is going to be the Camille jungle for Dustmender. Some very strong ganks, always nice to see. As we have seen, many times, I mean, it's become a meme at this point, that NAMEN actually plays the early game fairly well in most of their games, but they're never really able to close out. So we'll see if this game will end up being different. They have a nice mix of some early game pressure along with some late game carries in the Jinx, in the Camille, and then of course a big Nico Pop Blossom could really turn a team fight around.
And yes, the question was, does Renekton W destroy the Camille shield? Yes, it does. It's not the easiest. If she were to do her normal short trade, which would be to Q a minion, then E-stun the Renekton, and then use a true damage Q and walk away, she can get out of the Renekton, but it's still kind of not favored for her. You can just chase her back or something like that. Although she can use W slow, it's a bit weird. But yeah, it does count as a shield, even though it is armor. I mean, a physical shield or a magic shield. It'll take that.
I think just anything that is a shield.
Any kind of shield. Yeah, it doesn't matter what type.
Silas. That includes Black Shield as well,
yeah,
I believe.
The Black Shield, you'll stun through the Black Shield.
Ow, that's cool.
It's only on that 50 Fury W, so it's not the regular W.
Also, it is that time of day we're going to be doing a skin giveaway for this game. So make sure to type !raffle in the chat for a chance to win. The winner will be announced during the quick little Reddit analyst test segment after the conclusion of this match. So make sure you stay tuned for that if you want to have a chance to win. It'll take 24 hours, as I stated before, and you also need to be following the channel. So if you're not already doing that, make sure you follow, because if you don't and you're not present in chat when I announce the winner, we're gonna do redraw, and you don't want to miss out on your chance for.
We
some
have
free
done
skins.
redraws.
Yeah, we've done like 3 or 4 redraws. So make sure you're followed. Make sure you're present after the conclusion of the game if you want to win your skin. I mean, maybe you'll get lucky. If you don't present, you could miss out on, like, what if you get the new. What are the new skins? The Demacia Vice skins. Yeah, those great. I think the Lucian one's really good. The Garen one's a little weird.
Yeah, I don't like the Garen one. His legs look weird. But yeah, so if any of your friends also want to come on and try to win the skin, all they gotta do is type !raffle and then be there for after this game.
There's going to be one more giveaway later on today too, so even if you don't end up winning this first one, you have another chance at another game. So make sure you stay tuned for all the games today to have a best chance at winning a skin. But with that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and get onto the loading screen here, as we can check out the skins, maybe play our favorite game Takeoff likes to see here. Who wins the skin game?
Let's see. We got the Samurai Pike.
Oh, it's NAMEN, hands down.
Yeah.
NAMEN, hands down. They have Caterpillar Kog'Maw and Blood Fury Renekton on the side of.
It's not NAMEN. That's Ignium.
No, Ignium's on the bottom here.
Yeah.
This is Ignium. I said NAMEN wins. Easy.
Oh no.
What?
Not easy. Oh yeah.
Easily.
Oh yeah.
What, are you looking at the same skins as me?
Yeah. They just got more skin.
They have 2 cheap skins on Ignium's side.
Blood Fury Renekton's good though. Nothing wrong with that. Samurai's Pike. No,
I think Samurai's Pike is better than Blood Moon Pike, in my opinion.
So the base skin's pretty good. It's pretty good. Program Camille is kind of bad, but the Witching Morgana is not that bad.
That's a good one. Sorry, Guy and Jinx is pretty good as well. But regardless of that, we also who do you think First Blood's gonna be going to, James?
Just looking at these matchups, it's probably gonna be the Nico top and Pyke mid. Pyke versus Silas. Pyke has a little, yeah. I don't think that Morgana skin is underrated. We're just not gonna talk about it. Yeah, Pyke versus. We'll fix up those in a second. Yeah.
So your First Blood, do you think Tropical Seabass? Let me see. That's a Talia. It is a Talia support, which is Talia does a lot of damage, especially early game. They didn't take Electrocute though, which I wouldn't particularly agree with. I don't think Talia can really take advantage of the Summoner Aerie to really, give any shields or speeds up. She doesn't really have any buffs that will help her allies and, make the most out of that item use. So I think Electrocute definitely would have been the better play, especially if you're trying to get kills in lane.
Yeah. I feel like the Pyke could get it if the Camille ganks. They could definitely kill the Silas. There's not quite too much damage coming out from the Pyke early game. His base damage isn't the greatest, especially after a lot of nerfs. But as he scales up, you see he can only deal 75 damage on his Q. His autos only deal 73 base damage. It's really, he doesn't have that much damage. 100, not much. Electrocute. He didn't take Electrocute, so I don't think they're going to be the First Blood there. Silas has got a better chance, though Ornn isn't the greatest ganker.
Yeah.
I would put it on. I'm going to go ahead and say that possibly Solandi dies first, gets First Blooded by the bot lane.
Yeah, I could see that happening, especially when you have.
Yeah.
Pyke could go maybe for a level 2, get hit by a binding, you're pretty much dead.
And Nico's just such a safe laner. It's I would say Renekton, but
Ignite.
She's just such a safe laner.
Yeah. And as CJ's Olak pointed out, Ornn also has Summoner Aerie for some reason. So it's a Summoner Aerie party on the side of Ignium. Don't know if that was a mistake or if that was intentional, but we'll see how it ends up working out for him. I don't think that's a particularly strong rune on Ornn. I think he definitely wants something more in the land of Aftershock. But we'll see. We got a little bit of a trade going back and forth. Taurus actually is on the
he's playing support.
Support
I
Pyke
that.
as opposed to the mid lane Morgana.
Interesting. I haven't seen that in a while.
So actually does look like it's going to be a fairly strong bottom lane here, so long as Taurus can land those key skill shots to set up FT and Solandi for a kill. Solandi definitely has to make the best use of her rocks she can plant down. That'll try and scare Taurus from dashing on to her AD carry. Of course, if you dash over those rocks, you do take the damage. So, gonna have to try and see what they can do to keep FT alive, because you definitely want that Kog'Maw to be safe and scaling up in lane. Not really trying to get killed too early there.
We got a little bit of a fight in the top lane. Pointless Venture. Not quite respecting the Renekton damage. He's probably got a level on him and surprised him with the damage.
Yeah, and he's up 7 CS now, which is a pretty nice lead to have at only 3 minutes into the game. Yeah. Especially when you're going into a ranged matchup. But here in the mid lane, Snowmire's hitting a little bit on an LG, but he's going to get snared up. And Pointless Venture might actually go down here.
Giant took him pretty low, yeah. But again, that Nico just presses W, gets out of whatever she wants.
Yeah, does have to be especially careful though. If Renekton's able to find that way on a Pointless Venture, probably one stun and one slice and dice. Hold a meek, and you're done.
Yep.
Looks like Dusk was looking for a gank, and it looks like he is pathing towards the mid lane here. Snowmires is pushed up a little far, and he does not have any vision. Don't think he senses the gank, but LG's making it fairly obvious now. Let's see if Dustbender can get the stun. The root's going to come through, completely whiffs it, but I don't think it's going to matter. Snowmire's going to go down, and that's going to be First Blood over to Consent on NAMEN.
Yeah, it wasn't that wrong. The Morgana did get First Blood with that binding. Yeah, it's just it's pretty painful, especially with the gank or in the duo lane.
I'll give Dust some credit. I'm going to say that he was trying to predict the flash from Snowmire's.
It doesn't really matter in the end. He still got the assist. It's just making sure.
Yeah.
Snowmire's did waste flash there. that is something they can keep in mind. If they land another binding, that is another dead Silas.
Yep.
That'd be pretty much 2 kills. It's probably where the next kill is going to come from.
Yeah, I definitely, if I were Dustman in this situation, I definitely want to camp mid, because that's the lane that's probably going to be easy to gank. As long as you can try and maybe bait out the Silas dash, should be pretty easy to hit him with either the hook shot and follow up with the binding, or vice versa. I mean, especially the hook shot hitbox is very big for the stun. It's very, very generous.
No, it's not. You don't know nothing.
I've hit
That's what
some
you
stuns
think.
so easily with
You've never played her.
Camille. I've played Camille a fair amount,
Oh,
but she
no.
came out, so I might have gotten nerfed a little bit.
It's
since
tiny.
then.
About like 3 minions wide.
3 minions
Yeah,
wide?
it's like 2 minions wide.
3 minions wide is not tiny.
No, that's pretty small. Alright, here we go. Got a stun off on Pointless Venture. Wasn't quite too careful. But yeah, again, just nothing comes out of it when he's invisible. Can't auto attack, no auto attack resets.
Yep, and that CS lead he had a little bit earlier has pretty much been negated at this point.
Yep.
This Pointless Venture is able to even back up the score in the top lane.
Yeah, looking at the gold lead, it's top lane, it's dead even. Jungle, a little bit ahead for Mandela. Just a couple more camps or a couple more minions. XP wise.
Xiao going in, gonna get a stun and lots of damage on the Pointless Venture. He's very low, gonna flash out, but Xiao Z Gao Xiao. I'm practicing my reading today, but meanwhile on the bottom lane, Stonemeyer's coming in for a gank, does not land the chains, but Azuraki's pretty far up here, and he's gonna be taken down by FT, but here comes Consent. He does have his ultimate, so he might be looking to make a play here. However, Stonemeyer's gonna steal it right back. I think that's gonna... Oh, but he's going with the flash in with the Soul Shackle. It's gonna be a stun on FT. He's very low. The pool's gonna take him down as well. Stonemeyer's gonna pick up another kill. And FT, with the death passive, is gonna kill Dustmender from the grave.
Yeah. I just played that fight a lot better. There just too many things went wrong there for the men in legal. Yeah, just an unfortunate little play down there. Shy. I think it's Shy. I think that's how you pronounce that. Shy did TP down, so that's TP down for the top laner. That means Nico's Pointless Venture is going to be shoving it in top side, possibly getting 1 plate. But it looks like it's just going to be a little bit of a shove. Of course, we got Duskmender coming up here. Trying to...
Red-handed in the jungle, gonna walk over with the hook shot, but does not pass correctly. However, he walks right into the hands of Pointless Venture. He's gonna pick up the kill. 350 gold going in his pockets.
Yeah, pretty easy. A little bit of a... He's already shoved up. Mandela should not have been up there if his top laner wasn't top with him. Looks like Stonemeyer's might be going for a play here. They do have a control ward. They have vision control here, so it looks like they'll be able to pull this off here.
Pointless Venture is up very far. Here comes the dash in from Xiao. Let's see if Stonemeyer's... Oh! The Pop Blossom's gonna stop any more follow-up CC. Very well executed by Pointless Venture.
Yeah, very well played. And then visibility as well to make sure that Renekton doesn't know exactly where to go.
Oh, but we have a fight in the river here. Looks like Consent catches Stonemeyer's out here. The hook shot's gonna come through, but he's not gonna dash out in time to dodge the stun. But Stonemeyer's is doing in. Giga Xiao is doing tons of damage, but he's gonna pick up 2 kills. However, Consent's gonna pick up 1, but is definitely more in favor of Ignium. That Renekton early game damage with the timeout, able to just completely destroy both Consent and Dustmender when they're just standing in a little tight little group like that.
Yeah, again, not respecting the wave control top side. Shy just missed out a little bit of a slice and dice. That's okay. Not too much would come out of it anyways. Yeah, not respecting the wave control up there, and just end up costing both of them. A bit of a root, a little bit of damage. That Nico poke is pretty annoying, but hopefully with the Renekton we'll be able to...
Giga Xiao dashing in. Gonna take Pointless Venture very low with 1 combo. Gotta be careful against that Renekton. He's got 2 kills and a timeout at just 9 minutes.
Landy, we can a little bit of trouble down in bot lane. Duskmender was down there, but was spotted out. So good job by Landy, poking out. Torres, it's gonna heal most of us up though.
Yeah. Mandela Meats pretty much just been power farming the whole game. We haven't really seen him once, other than that time he did get caught red-handed in the jungle. So I'm definitely looking to see him try and make something happen here. Definitely probably waiting for that level 6 to be able to pull off a gank a little bit easier with the ultimate.
He does have the level 6 now.
Yep.
If I was him, probably go top, get that Renekton more ahead. Just make sure you can one combo the Nico and you'd be pretty set for the game.
Yep. Giga Shao is coming back, but I'm going to hold that point here. Looks like we might have had a gank, but Azraki's going to sidestep the rock, the seismic shove. He's going to be able to get out of that confrontation alive. As I was saying, back in the top lane, Giga Shao is coming back with a nice little handful of items in his pocket here. He does pick up the Vamp Scepter and a pair of boots, so he's definitely going to increase his sustaining lane and of course his damage. Always able to also walk around the map a lot faster, but in the bottom lane, Zelandy actually picks up a kill on Azaraki. We're going to get a replay here in just a little bit, go back in time and see exactly what happened. So we went a little far back,
Yeah, that's okay.
but we can just fast forward. We should see the outcome here. Zelandy throws a few rocks forward, does not connect it with any of them. So it's going to be interesting to see where Azaraki really steps off here. Taurus lands a Bone Skewer, but Azaraki gets hit by that Seismic Chug. The Ignite's going to tick him down. Very nicely played. Walked up a little bit too far. If he kept walking forward, he would have not been hit by that. But the choice to try and walk backwards to get out of it.
And that's another kill.
You did?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Still down here in the bottom lane. Dustbender getting interrupted by Zelandy. Zelandy not respecting the Camille damage.
Oh, yeah.
Has
That
ult.
Hextech ultimatum. Going to keep them inside. FT does not get stunned up here. Dustbender might actually go down. Does not have enough mana to hit that final ultimate shot off. Dustbender's going to be able to walk away alive.
Yeah. An interesting game.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's completely, you know, one-sided quite yet. However, we have Snowmire's going in for an all-in onto Consent here. Going to use the Soul Shackles to take it away. Throwing a few more auto attacks. Might actually be able to kill him. One more bit of damage is going to do it.
Just standing in the
Just pretty much a standstill auto attack fight from both teams. Snowmire didn't even end up using the Soul Shackles that he stole from Consent to even try and fight back with it.
Points venture just using Pop Blossom to keep Jai off of the turret. Keeping those turret plates to himself. Good idea. Make sure the Renekton can't get any more ahead than he already is. Definitely going to be a tough lane for the rest of the game.
Yep, we have some pings coming out here. Taurus is trying to see if they can stop Mandel Meats from taking that Scuttle Crab. However, Consent's going to have to force Splash out. He might actually even go down. Light Binding's going to stop Mandel Meats from continuing the push. However, here comes Dustmender. The Ornn Horde's going to come through. Going to land the knockup onto Dust, but it's not going to matter. He's around so many people. Azrak is going to pick up the kill with the Super Mega Death Rocket. And that's going to be 2 nice kills picked up from the men. As they ping for what I believe to be the Cloud Drake. Doesn't look like they're actually going to end up committing to it, though. There's a lot of vision from Ignium still left around. Are we caught up yet?
No.
Oh.
So fast.
Alright.
There we go. We're good.
Alright. We are back to, well, live in air quotes. Still 3 minutes behind the action, but regardless, we'll see how things continue to shape up here. So Landy trying, Dustmender going back in. However, you think he went in a little bit too far. Oh, Taurus, not very well executed. Ends up pulling Solandy in to land that last bit of rock damage onto Duskmender. A little bit of a miscommunication there. As we see 2 members from Ignium, looks like they're pulling off a diver and a Pointless. They're using the Rift Herald, gonna get 2 turret plates. That's gonna be enough to force Pointless off of the turret. He does have the Pop Blossom, but he does not want to risk anything. Giga gonna have to back out. However, meanwhile on the bot lane, Taurus gonna pick up a kill on FT. Back under the turret, FT gonna take out Azaraki in revenge though. Nice exchange in the bottom lane. 2 for 1. The men ends up getting the better trade. But I don't think it would actually say it was worth it, considering you got all 5 turret plates for the Renekton in the top lane with that Rift Herald. Dustmender does whiff the hook shot, but Mandela Meat's going to take a lot of CC from the root and damage. Here comes Pop Blossom with the flash and the Hextech ultimatum. Very nice comboing of the abilities together to make sure there is no way out of that crowd control. And that's going to be a kill picked up onto Mandela Meats.
Mandela Meats also used ult and flash, two big tools for the Ornn. Not the flash as much, but the ultimate. Just another loss to him. Didn't play that quite well. I was a little bit nervous.
Oh, very nice route on to Salandi, and Dustman is going to come in with the follow-up to just cut him down where he stands.
Renekton's got to grab a Hydra, a little bit of life steal. Oh my gosh, FT is doing shit.
Oh, FT is popping off here. He has his Blade of the Ruined King and a pickaxe as well. Already has one completed item here. So he's not doing too bad, I'd say.
Yeah. Camille's finished her time at. Good amount of damage and helped her, of course, clear the jungle, which isn't quite the best at. As well as the Caulfield's Warhammer, but doesn't have the completed jungle item, so no slows, no dueling power.
Looks like we did have a lane swap in the bottom side after Zigashao got his top lane turret. He's going to roam over the bottom lane, try and keep the laning phase going as long as he can. Of course, that is typically Renekton's strongest point in the game. Hoping he can add some more pressure on this bottom lane turret.
Yeah, looks like we got Rendell. He's also down there. Oh, Shai lands a stun. Taurus is
He's going to lose about half of his health on the engage.
Oh, and that's the ult pop from the Renekton.
Oh, must have been a misclick. I don't think he intended to do that. Pretty far out of the fight.
Yeah, most likely.
But we'll see. The dragon is up, so maybe they'll try and use this player advantage. It looks like they seemingly have. However, there are 4 members of NAMEN on this side of the map here, so they look to start this air drake. Definitely gonna have a fight coming out around it pretty soon.
So only doing a little bit of zoning. They don't have vision, which is a little bit unfortunate for the red side. So don't know exactly when this dragon's being done.
Oh, but meanwhile in the mid lane, Force has left the game. And Azeraki manages to get out of a little bit of engagement. Snowmires probably wasn't able to land his chain lash. His Kingslayer, is that what it's called? Oh, abduct. Abduct. That's what it is.
Yeah.
There
Duck
we go.
and abscond.
Was not able to
Abscond.
His abscond.
Who cares?
My abscond. That sounds very like fine and dandy.
I don't know. Yeah.
But it looks like Taurus, a little bit of a connection problem, but it looks like he will be back, so it should hopefully be a quick pause, unlike most of the pauses we've had this tournament.
Yeah. Not all the pauses have been very quick, but this one's not too bad. We can look at the gold leads though, that's kind of nice.
Yep.
Top side, about 1,000 gold lead, which is what you'd expect from the turret being down. Jungle, pretty much even. Even though all these different kills and assists, it's just the 93 CS makes such a big difference.
Yep.
Actually puts Mandela Meats in the lead, even though he's 0-3, which you wouldn't quite expect. Levels are exactly the same. Mid lane, yeah, 2,000 for the Morgana. More CS, more kills, more assists. Or the same amount of assists, I guess. Bottom lane, yeah, obviously the Kog'Maw's a little bit more ahead, more CS, more kills. Supports, even though it's a fight.
But it is going to be NAMEN picking up the Cloud Drake.
And another kill at the Mandela Meats.
Yep. Trying to face check that dragon and end up losing his life for it. Question marks and wows. Oh, it looks like he wasn't ready.
Yeah, a little bit improper use of pause function. It's not too big of a deal, though, because this is not
Not a very serious game.
it's not quite an important match.
But it looks like Solandi's going in for engage here, forcing the flash out of consent. Gonna knock him back over the seismic shove, but not quite enough to go over the wall.
Yeah, definitely. Oh.
Pointless Venture gets a kill on an FT under the turret. Definitely landed the riding, the root, threw out the hose, and dunked him with the pot blossom.
He did miss him kill Azeraki, so he did trade back 1 kill. Not quite worth it, but it's not too much of a big deal. The Jinju is pretty far behind still, and it'll take quite a while for her to get back in the game.
Yep. Definitely don't want to be that far behind on Jinx, but I mean, at least you do have the promise of late game, and promise of late game for NAMEN usually a little bit of a unfortunate promise. I wouldn't say it's a promise, but we'll see. NAMEN has their early game lead, so
Maybe this time it'll be different, but every time we've seen this, we've seen the same outcome time and time again. LG Consent is going to stun up Snowmeyers,
Yes,
and they're going to pick up the kill. The mid lane matchup has just been a complete wash. Consent is 7-2-4 on this Morgana. These bindings are like missiles, just chunking tons of damage out of all the members from Ignium. They definitely got to watch out for this Morgana. It looks like Taurus might have been looking for an engage there. He's hiding around in the stealth, but the Bone Skewer is not going to land. Dustman going in with the hookshot. Goes all the way over with the Hectic Ultimatum. Does manage to pick up the kill on FT with the Execute. A double kill going over Taurus in the mid lane. Kill going to be picked up on the back end by both of the bot laners. However, that's a 2 for 2. Alright, not as good as I thought. But I definitely like the aggression I saw out of NAMEN on that engage. It might have not been the safest engage, but if you consider the actual gold value, since Pyke picked up both those kills with his ultimate, NAMEN actually ends up getting a lot more gold out of that engagement. They did end up getting a shutdown onto Duskmender for Ignium, but I still think it should be a little bit more gold in their favor. However, the gold lead is still fairly close, just about 800 apart on the side of NAMEN. So we'll see if they can try and take this small lead they have and continue to push it forward.
Like not too much going on. They got a little bit of vision as far as Ignium. A little bit of vision in this topside jungle, which what you would expect, especially with the Renekton going ahead. He's going to be picking up the Spear of Shojin second. Definitely an interesting item purchase as a second item. I prefer the Black Cleaver, but that's just me, you know. Shojin is slightly better though at team fighting. I'll have to agree on that.
Alright, let's see if we got any more. We might have a skirmish in the jungle here. Duskmender probably just going to end up scaring Snowmeyers off that Scuttle Crab. Going to pick it up for himself. Blue buff is going to spawn, but I don't think there's going to be any contention around that one.
Oh, here comes the engagement to Landy.
He's going to use the Weaver's Wall to keep Consent locked in. There's no flash available. He used it to try and get out last time. Not sure what Zigashao was doing going that far into turret. There were no members left visible, and he's going to get shut down by the Pyke with the death from below, picking up lots of gold. Very nice hook shot. Going to be a double gold. Pointless Venture manages to find FT in the backline. Triple kill for this Pyke. Will we see the first ever penta of the Pepega Cup? Let's find out here. Let's see if we can get Snowmeyers low enough. There's the quadra kill. Mandela Meats is running for his life. He does not want to give it over. He's going over the wall. Torres. Torres! NAMEN comes up huge in that team fight. And oh my god. If you would have told me NAMEN would pentakill Ignium, I would have called you crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
We gotta give some extra points to Taurus there. Very good job. Didn't get to play all the entire tournament except for now, so that was awesome to see him coming in with pentakill.
What a fight! Wow. I mean, even if, I don't want to say it, I don't want to jinx it, but even if NAMEN doesn't manage to win this game, they have the only pentakill of the Pepega Cup on their back. Taurus definitely feeling very good about that one. They did try and go for the Baron there, but they did not end up having the damage to take it down quick enough. The Jinx isn't too fed yet, so, and they don't have any Earth Drakes to their name, so gonna have to end up giving that one up here, and that's gonna be the response from Ignium to pick up that mid lane turret.
Yeah, still puts them at about a 4K gold lead though. That was 4,000 gold from that one fight. Great job by NAMEN keeping up with the
Vandalmeat's got to be careful here. Guys get caught out by Consent. Dustman is going to pick up the kill. The Glacial Augment going to stop. The Dragon is probably going to go down here on the side of Ignium. Going to pick up that Ocean Drake for themselves. And it looks like both teams are going to end up backing off. Yeah. Can we look at the gold differences from each players here? Let's see what we got. Looks to be only the ADC and the top laner on Ignium having gold leads in their lanes. Everyone else is all on the favor of the men. Of course, we see about a almost 2,000 gold lead in the bottom lane.
2,000 pretty much for each of the lanes that are ahead. That'd be a jungle, mid, and support. 2,000 gold ahead for the men, which is great. The Pike just picked up his Black Cleaver, also has the Dusk Blade already completed. Looks like, I'm not sure what this will be next.
Azaraki probably going to get taken down here by Snowmeyers. Does do a lot of damage, but Consent comes in just in time to help out his ADC. And Azaraki's going to pick up a nice kill for himself, give himself some gold. However, that was the flash blown from Consent. So, if Ignium wants to make a play on this Morgana, that would be the time to do it.
Yeah. like FT said, not really sure what's going on in this game. A lot of throwing from the side of the Ignium. Definitely underestimating this team that so far lost every game.
Yep. I mean, we could attribute it, definitely. Got to give some credit to their subs. Coming in pretty clutch in this last game.
Of course.
Trying to help NAMEN at least end with one win on their belt. We'll have to see if it ends up happening. If it's, we know one thing about NAMEN is that they tend to throw these games where they have some insane leads. So we'll have to see if that does end up being the case. So Landy going in with an engage with the Weaver as well. Forest brought pretty low here, but does manage to get the shutdown onto the Renekton. Here comes a big pop blast from a Pointless Venture. Gonna pick up 3-4-0. Or for the price of 1. Taurus did end up getting picked off there. But that is a very nice fight from the men. Ignium keeps trying to pick these fights with the engages, with the Weaver's wall, but they just don't end up having enough damage to really take someone out in time before, Consent can arrive and just do a ton of damage. This is like a 3-star Morgana in TFT. These ultimates are just eviscerating all of Ignium.
Yeah, the Morgana dealing so much damage. Ignium is not expecting the Morgana to deal that much damage. Most of the time you see her a little bit further behind. Well, not a little bit, but very much further behind, getting ganked a lot in the early game and not doing too well, just farming. Especially in the pro scene. But this is not the pro scene. This is better.
This is better.
This is the Pepega Cup.
Is this the next Faker?
Morgana. This could be the next.
Could Consent be the next Faker? We'll have to see. One thing I do want to point out though is Mandela meets on this Ornn in the jungle. Definitely hasn't really been able to contribute much to this game. Is 0-7-1, has 1 assist to his name, and he's stacking armor. I definitely would consider probably changing your priorities for a little bit. We see a root on the side, but Seleni's gonna get out with just a little bit of help. That pool from the Morgana just ticks down so much damage.
Yeah, especially because it's based on missing health. It's kind of an executability.
Yeah. Just the longer you're in there, the more damage you're gonna end up taking.
Well, of course.
Yeah, Ornn jungle trolling. Well, I don't know. We'll see. He is getting caught out time and time again, it seems. But he's able to flash out of the death from below. That's a big cooldown. However, the Pop Blossom gonna pick up Zigashao. The Ornn Horn's gonna try and make the disengage happen. The Super Mega Death Rocket just barely doesn't do enough. Dustbender goes in very deep and manages to find the kill on the Mandela meets. This is going to be FT going down as well. NAMEN is pushing up forward. A very big root from Consent. They're going to pick out Solandi as well. Is this going to be another ace for Ignium? Or for NAMEN?
What are they?
I'm so used to saying Ignium that Wow.
I think they're legal men.
They're legal men?
Legal men. This is legal men team.
Yep. NAMEN's got to be very happy with how this is going. I don't think even they expected the game to be this much in their favor at this point. However, I got to keep saying it. If we know one thing about NAMEN, it's the throw. So, yeah, anything can happen at this point. However, with the Renekton this far behind, with an 0-8-1 Ornn, Kog'Maw's really the only saving grace to the team. And he needs to stay alive if they want to have any chance at winning these team fights. But, his support to Leah goes in a little bit too deep here, and that's going to be the Renekton going down. This could be the game-winning push. Tor is able to get the double kill with the death from below. Dustbender goes in a little too deep. He's going to get picked off from all those turret shots. However, they're going to pick up the first Nexus turret, and they might be looking for 2 here. We'll see.
This is quite the game so far.
Wowzers!
Sitting in the base, they got 2 inhibs. Even if they back off now, they still got those 2 inhibs. It's going to be pretty much a free Baron. There goes the ultimate consent. Another Q miss.
Oh, he might be going down here. He's very low.
Oh, and that's
The
actually
cooldown
consent
comes up
going
just
down.
in time. Very big damage, but he is not able to finish it off.
We're picking up this second Ocean Drake, which is not useful. That's alright. Give the Jinx a little bit more mana.
It's
in the fight,
convenient.
so. Yeah, it's mostly useful for the Jinx.
It's never
mana,
bad.
But everybody else doesn't mind too much. Again, we do have that Luden's Echo on the Morgana. So it's not too big of a deal. Nico, a little bit of mana doesn't hurt, so that's always nice. They're gonna be setting up the Baron. So far, Ignium does have the vision advantage here. They have the 2 control wards, but I assume this one's going to be taken out right here. Yep. Spotted out by Quentin's Venture. This one's not too important, just can't put a ward on the wall. They got one right here, it's going to get sweeped out. No control wards on the side of NAMEN.
Yeah.
Not
Wards, you don't need it. Just
not quite the best.
wards don't make you stronger.
Looking at everyone's
They're standing
gold
right on
counts,
top of
looks
one.
like they could all have bought at least 2 each. Yeah, just a little bit.
Look at all that
greedy.
extra. Look at all that extra space they have. They could have definitely bought one.
There's 3 open slots. The Jinx has a Doran's Blade to sell.
No
Definitely.
sweeper either.
Yeah, no sweeper as well, so they don't quite have the vision control they need right here. But they still should be able to take this Baron as long as they let those super minions push in the base.
I think
It'd be pretty free.
the only way I think Ignium get back into this game is if we see a Dignitas level Baron throw from the men. And it'll have to, we've seen it before, so can't say I'd be too surprised if it ends up happening, but we'll have
For
to
sure.
see. Pretty much just a standoff here in the jungle, and it looks like they're prompting the engage. The Glacial Augment from the Nico. Here comes the teleport. Giga Shao is coming in. Dustminder goes in deep with the Hex Up Ultimatum, but the Ornn's going to get taken down. LG Consent is very low. A double kill from the Cogman passive. This might be the fight they were looking for. Snowmires with that big ultimate, stealing that Mega Death Rocket and taking out 2 more members with it. But the minions are on the Nexus turret, so they're not really going to be able to do anything to stop them. Taurus is doing his best to stop the ports. Was able to stop Zigashal's back as well, forcing him to walk back. But just a little bit of damage on the turret, which will eventually regenerate. So, Ignium, a very nice last stand around that Baron. I think the men got a little too cocky on that engage there. They got very low, chunked out by a lot of damage. They didn't kill the Cogm on time. And by the time they did kill him, they had no health left, so his passive finished him off.
Yeah, definitely not the smart choice from the men, the legal men. No, definitely not the smartest choice from the men going for that fight there. They just needed to wait a little bit longer for those minions to hit that turret before they took the fight. Also, no control wards, no sweepers for the men. They will not be able to take this Baron very securely, not knowing exactly where Ignium is. That's why that fight happened. They fought over this bush ward right here.
Yep. So we are still going to have our first Baron of the game, still unclaimed by either team at 30 minutes. And you would think it would have been killed by now, considering Ignium sitting on 2 down inhibitors and 1 Nexus turret. And it looks like the men might try and make a push for it again here. Still walking on all tons of wards. And you gotta respect Solandi's damage now. He might even kill Dustman. He does. The Flash
man.
Ignite forward gonna pick up that kill. The men's gotta get out of here now. They don't have their jungler. And Baron is alive. Baron's doing lots of damage to Consent as well. However, does manage to pick up the kill onto Snowmars. The Ornhorn not gonna connect with anyone. So the men end up getting a 1-for-1 trade. Jungler for mid laner. However, you definitely want to make sure you have your jungler up when Baron is live. Azraki's going to use the heal. Death Rocket barely misses by an inch on Solandi. That was extremely close.
Yeah, just not respecting this vision control from the side of Ignium. That Talia does have the magic pen completed with the 2 magic pen items, Merlin Namcon and Sword Shoes. Since Camille, I don't believe, has scaling MR, that's basically dealing more than 2 damage.
Yep.
To Duskmender, so it gets easily melted even by a short level build.
Ignium's R inhibitors are back up, so they don't really have to worry about the super minion pressures. However, FT gonna get caught out here. Azaraki needs to get away from that passive. Very nice pick from the men here. That might be able to prompt them onto Baron. Dustmender's going into onto Mandelmeats. If they can kill him, I think they'll definitely be able to take this Baron without any contention from Ignium. That's 2 members down.
And they might actually just set their sights on the base here. So Landy's going to get caught out here as well. He's way too deep without any backup.
Yeah, looks like the Pinion Baron, not all the teammates are with them. It's a little bit
Scattered in the communication
weird
here.
But yeah, no, they're going for inhibs now.
I think they want to try and end the game here. We have about 30 seconds on Mandela Meats and Solandi. FT's going to be up in 10. So I don't think they're actually going to be able to end. FT does have the Rage Blade and the Runeant's Hurricane, so we should be able to clear these waves fairly quickly here. But they are managed to pick up that first inhib, and they might get the one in top lane as well. So that is 2 inhibs down once again for Ignium.
Yeah, and that's another open inhibitor. They should be able to just rotate down here, take it, and then just go for Baron straight after.
Yep. With this much pressure in their favor, one can ask, what can Ignium possibly do to come back into this game here? It's going to take a miracle. It's going to take an incredible throw.
It's going to take an incredible throw. Not the most impossible thing, but I think the men can. I think the men can do it this time.
I have faith. I think the men can close this one out. They're going to pick up this Cloud Drake, and I believe they're probably either going to recall here and then probably set their sights on this Baron next. Someone please, for the love of God, buy a sweeper.
Yeah, definitely. And if we look at the Camille magic resist, yeah, that is not a scaling magic resist. Come on, Riot.
Yep. No magic resist in the inventory either, so
yeah, that is
going to take a lot of damage.
What, that's 15 magic pen plus 18 plus the voice
just
staff.
A lot of magic damage in general.
Should be about
on
2 damage now.
Hogma has a magic as well, right? From his ultimate.
Well, no. I'm saying for Slandy.
Yeah.
Especially with that void staff as well. There's a lot of damage coming out from the support roll.
Yep.
Silas not doing too much damage.
Up here does crucially miss that bone skewer, but I think that's gonna be enough.
Still
probably go on the Baron here. Let's see. Looks like they're just gonna keep going forward. Onward towards the Nexus, they say, as the minions continue to pour into the base. That's going to be enough for them to go onto the Baron as Ignium is preoccupied, making sure their final turret left on the map doesn't get destroyed here.
Of course, yeah, pretty much free Baron. Again, they didn't buy control wards this time, nor sweepers. They do have the Dust Blade, not quite a very good, not the best item for killing wards, but it works enough. Gonna go ahead and take it back here. Just gonna take it slow, take it safe.
Yeah. And I wanted to point out, I definitely like the positioning from Taurus while they were taking the Baron there, just in case anyone from Ignium tried to do anything cheeky here and go for a steal. He was ready to stand by and stop them from getting to that Baron pit.
Yeah, very well played by the men.
But this looks like it could be the final push here. I said before, I have seen crazier things, and it looks like that is what we might end up seeing here in just a couple seconds, as NAMEN is knocking at the door looking for their first win against the top of the team in the ladder, with a team they just threw together pretty much 30 minutes before the day started.
Looks like Dustwind and Taurus playing very, very well, putting the super minions, getting the Baron buff, flash out from LG's Ascent. Zhai Gao Zhao has his flash up, so could do a surprise stun right there, especially with the Morgana shield down. Azaraki's just going to get some big damage off. Yep. Lauren's going to have to back.
They realize they have to fight. However, the Pop Blossom stolen by Snowmires doesn't end up doing anything. Azaraki has finally come online, and he's doing lots of damage to all the members of Ignium. A very nice Hextech ultimatum for Dustmender, knocking the rest of Ignium's members into the team, and that's gonna be the game. The men, against all odds, they make the comeback, and they take down the top of the team in the standings.
That was quite the upset. A real good game from the men and Ignium. Not quite the best from Mandela Meats. Had a little bit of some interesting plays going out there. But yeah, right. I'm gonna throw you back into the raffle screen. Let you guys know that if you type !raffle, you can enter the raffle that we're gonna poll in just a few seconds here.
Yep.
Yeah, that was an awesome match. Unfortunately, the men still
in the end, it didn't end up really mattering. But I gotta say, I can't be disappointed. The men, you can't be disappointed. You've done what no one else was able to do. You've taken down Ignium, and for that alone, they gotta be patting themselves on the back there. What a great game.
Oops, sorry. That's the wrong screen. Somebody wanted to see damage charts.
Yep. We'll have that up here.
Of course, we got the Jinx doing the most damage, not too surprising. Morgana, second most. That Talia damage is insane,
Yeah.
almost 40,000.
Pretty much hard carried the team.
Yeah. Pretty much as you'd expect. Wow, Taurus ended up dealing way more damage than the Nico. Although, does the Pike... No, the Pike damage isn't counted that way.
Yep. So, we're gonna have an interview with from Bendover with one of the members from the reigning champions, NAMEN. Reigning champions. We'll have that going in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
So we will be right back with that, and then the Reddit analyst desk right after. So make sure type exclamation raffle if you want to have a chance to win. We'll be drawing those skins at the end of the analyst desk segment. Make sure you're following, make sure you're present, and you'll have a chance to win. So we will be right back.
All right, we're here live with our friend Azaraki from Legal Lollies, of course. Speaking of being from Legal Lollies, how'd you feel going into this first game?
Not too confident. We would think that we'll be slaughter. That's what everybody said in the call first. But apparently it did turn out pretty better than I thought. Actually, it would be.
Oh yeah, definitely. That was probably my favorite game so far of the whole series. That was awesome. How'd you feel like that the early game went? It looked a little bit shaky.
Sorry. The early game, especially at bot lane, which I'm playing Jinx at, I definitely didn't play well against the Kaufman and Talia. I changed my play style a bit more to focus on more of the shot calling for like my teams. Focus, tell them what to do, and it turned out great. My team did a good job of executing the plays that I tell them to do, and yeah, the early game phase is really bad for bot lane, but Taurus did a great job of doing stuff also, ganking and stuff.
Yeah, definitely hard against Solandi. Very good Talia player. Wow, that was actually really scary. That was what I was really worried about for you guys.
It was a poking early game, so I a little bit changing on if I'm too focused in my game, I wouldn't be able to shot call for my team.
Mm-hmm.
So I focus a bit more on shot calling than in the game. Of course, I'm trying, I'm playing safe, not to die, not to feed the cop one to Leah.
I see. Yeah, just to make
Just
sure
to
your team
keep the game
also...
going, because when I see the first blood happen at mid lane, I know what I have to do is like I have to keep the bot stall. Whenever there's a 4v3, just fight it.
Right. Well, that's about all the time I have for today.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming by and thanks for playing. That was an awesome game.
Thank you.
And we're going to hand it over to Gabe as soon as we get through this little break. And yeah, so good luck.
Thank you.
Mana. You have no mana, bitch. You have no mana!
Okay, boys. After that incredible feat of a game, NAMEN, against all odds, I certainly didn't expect it to happen. They take down... Hold on, let me fix this really quick here. Bam. NAMEN takes down Ignium, the only team that can do it. The only team that has beat Ignium, yet to beat. Undefeated no longer, right? NAMEN did it, boys.
We did it, Reddit. Speaking of Reddit, welcome to the Reddit Analyst Desk, where we're going to look at your memes, your roasts, your analysis of that last game. It was, what a game, I gotta say. I came in with pretty much 0 to no expectations of who was actually going to win that game. I mean, I had expectations that Ignium was going to win the game. NAMEN definitely looked like the weakest team throughout the tournament, but today they just, I don't know, they clicked, it came online, and I mean, they were almost ready to just forfeit this game today, but I mean, I was like, come on guys, just play it, it'll be fun. And I said at the start, I've seen crazier upsets, and what an upset that was. Pentakill, the only pentakill of the Pepega Cup so far, going over to Taurus on that Pike. So definitely a super duper, what a fun game. And I, the whole time I was kind of like Monka-esque, like, can the men throw this? This is almost a bigger lead than they had in their game versus, in their Supreme game, where they, tragically threw that game, incredibly. So, yeah, I gotta say though, what a fun game to cast, and we're gonna take a look. Did anyone give me any memes? The men hiring Smurfs to win a meaningless game, SMH.
Yikes. Yikes.
I mean, I can't say it's not true, but you go out.
Azaraki started silver.
Yeah.
In the tournament, silver.
I was going to say, I meant to say during Champ Select, but Azaraki is gold 4 right now, but as the rules state, if you progress to gold before, during the tournament or over the course of the tournament, naturally, then you're still allowed to play. Azaraki was part of Legal Lollies, which was a team that ended up disbanding before the tournament started, and they just kind of stayed on the server, and they were ready to be free agents. So that's when they got pulled out today in NAMEN's last final game. And I gotta say, NAMEN, I'm so proud of you. Thanks for doing that. What a game. And for the teams in playoffs, for whoever Ignium ends up picking as their opponent for semifinals next week, you now know it is possible. You can beat them. Just win, forehead. 40% win rate, then suddenly wins a bunch in a row now. Thinking emoji. I mean, didn't NAMEN have a 0% win rate?
Yeah.
Alright, Pike ult BS. NAMEN doing what TSM could only wish. Blowing up their roster and getting better.
Yikes.
Yikes. Alrighty, I think I'm gonna keep refreshing here. Got any more memes? It looks like that's gonna be it. But don't worry, we got a giveaway. But first, I want to shout out. I believe you did get a follow just a little bit ago. That was from. Oh, we got a few follows today. We got Spooky1202. Thank you for the follow. My Mystic, I think that's My Mystic Myth is how you're supposed to say that. Thank you for the follow. And 00 Yuri, thank you for the follow. And getting in there right at the last second, I see you. Veronez1S, thank you for the follow. Make sure you get those raffles in. We're going to roll it in just about like 10-15 seconds here. Type it in chat. Keep it going. Type. Raffle, all chat. Or raffle, all caps, doesn't matter. Just get it typed in. We're going to roll it in like 10 seconds. So I'm going to start the countdown, boys. 10, 9, I'm counting with my fingers, you can't see. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it. Who's getting a mystery skin today? Woo! Sneaky Cornflake.
It is following.
You're following. Say something in chat, and you can win a skin. Please, you have until the end of Champion Select in this upcoming game. Oh, there you are. You have won your skin. So I will add you as a friend on Twitch at some point today. I won't forget. And that way you can message me your summoner name, and I will be able to get to your skin 24 hours from when I add you in League, because that's just how gifting rules work. So you'll get it later on tomorrow, but I promise you'll get it. So don't worry guys, if you didn't win, we have one more raffle today, so make sure you stick around. We're going to be giving that skin away at some point today, so make sure you stay tuned for your chance to win. But up next, we got a game between, I believe, Supreme Gang and Level 6 GG coming up. Supreme Gang is currently 3-1, locked in for second, but definitely want to close out with a win here. If they win, they can say, oh, we tied Ignium. And Supreme Gang looking to they definitely need this win to continue with the if they want to have a chance to make playoffs. That's what I'm saying. My brain just decided to kill itself there. Already ran out of RP, did we? No, we got plenty of RP. Don't worry. I still have like 4,000 left. Specifically for this giveaway. And then not to mention, guys, I wasn't bluffing when I said there was a $50 prize for the team. Look, I wasn't bluffing, boys. There's 5 cards right there. And, you know, if you want, I'll mail the Pepega Cup to you. The real Pepega Cup.
They're not even scratched.
Yep. They're real official RP cards, boys. So...
The winners.
For the winners. So that's your prize, and then I'll send you this too if you want it. If you want me to go through the trouble of mailing you a paper cutout taped to a baseball trophy, I'll do it for you. Anyway, we'll be right back after these messages, these commercial breaks, that we don't have. No sponsors, maybe next time. But we'll see you guys in just a little bit. G Fuel, sponsor me. Cloud9, sponsor me. Someone, sponsor me. Alright, bye-bye.